Here we are. Tonight's action, and we were on the road for tonight. So by the time I got home, the games were over. So let's just go over the numbers, shall we? The Islanders beat Philadelphia in overtime 3-2. The Maple Leafs are winning the Stanley Cup. They beat Buffalo 5-3. I'm just saying what Leaf fans are thinking. Chicago beat Ottawa 5-2. Carolina beat Washington 5-1. And Carolina fans, I know it looks impressive, but it again the whole preseason thing, right? Winnipeg beats Calgary 4-3. St. Louis shuts out Columbus 3-0, and Tampa Bay finally shows up for a game by destroying Nashville 5-1. So let's look over some statistical numbers, and of course, I'm going by guys who are in new areas, guys who are trying to make the team, or rookies. Kovar had one goal against Philly for the New York Islanders. Kovar is a guy who they signed in the offseason, and if he turns out to be anywhere near what Lou Lamoriello thinks he can be, that could really help with the loss of John Tavares. Nothing's going to completely erase that, but it could help. Robin Leonard, 25 saves on 27 shots. And much better than his last effort. Vorobyev for Philadelphia had one assist. Now, in the game between Buffalo and Toronto, Ogilvy had a goal against Toronto. I had to look him up. He played in Notre Dame last year. John Tavares, 2 goals against Buffalo, including an empty netter. Timothy Liljegren, 1 assist versus Buffalo. And in the battle of the backups, Sparks had 9 saves on 12 shots, and McElhinney had 20 saves on 20 shots. So, between the two tonight, McElhinney wins that one. Sparks won the last one. The Leafs have a very interesting dilemma because Sparks, Pickard, and McElhinney, any of them have to clear waivers. So Sparks just trying to make it as difficult for them as possible. Pickard hasn't really had a chance yet to show what he can do in the preseason. I think it's a foregone conclusion he's going to the Toronto Marlies. In the game between Chicago and Ottawa, it was mostly veterans that scored or guys who are older, meaning guys who are trying out for the team but are older. Formenton, who the Ottawa Senators are kind of counting on making the team, got a goal tonight against Chicago, but of course they lost 5-2. In the game between Carolina and Washington, Zykov got a goal and an assist. Svechnikov got an assist, so there you go. There's 2 guys that Carolina needs to see produce, and they did so. In the game between Calgary and Winnipeg, Godin had 2 assists. Dubé with another goal. Dylan Dubé is going to make this team. Columbus and St. Louis, Patrick Maroon with a goal, Kyrou with an assist, and Chad Johnson saved all 20 shots he faced. And I looked in Columbus, iced a pretty decent team. Not too bad. Not as veteran as the team Nashville put out there tonight that got slaughtered by Tampa 5-1. Adam Ernie with 2 goals himself. Mason had the empty netter. Or no, Mason had that's a different game. Forget that happened. That wasn't, was it? No. Anyways, Demang had 38 saves on 39 shots. Now I know Demang is basically given a spot, but 38 saves on 39 shots, I had to put that up here because that is an impressive total. And it may be preseason, and maybe Demang goes back to being a okay backup to a mediocre backup when the season starts, but this was a good performance tonight. Zach Hyman is out for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a hip pointer, apparently. I haven't heard anything about how long he's going to be out. The Leafs have signed to an entry-level contract, Dur Argachintsev, and I hope he makes the team, and Bob Cole has to call a game with him in there once. Just once. Just once I want to hear. I don't care if Bob Cole's retired. I want to hear it once. And Mike Sullivan is back coaching the Pens. He's back with the team after the death of his father, which I didn't do a video on, and for good reason. So he says it's good to be back in routine and to get back into work, and I know from experience that does help. That you can only go through that morning process for so long, and you have to just get back into a routine and get back into the daily grind. And so all the best wishes for him. Even if I may not cheer for the Penguins, obviously don't wish him any ill along the way. So there you go. Kind of a by preseason standards, kind of a quiet night with 7 games. But I also wanted to show today we were at Chapters and I saw this. I have not bought a Beckett in a long time. Now on the way home I was looking at prices. I have not looked at hockey card prices in about a decade. If you want a Brock Besser Young Guns rookie card from last year, you're paying, according to this book, $80. Now, according to what I've seen on eBay, some of them are higher. Kids are crazy. But if you want a rookie card of Adam Oates, it's worth $15. No. Just no. The idea that an Adam Oates rookie card would be worth less than a brand new rookie is just, it's speculation, and it reminds me of the Sergei Fedorov Young Guns back in the day, which is now worth $4, and they don't show that a French upper deck is worth any more than an English one. Back in the day, a Sergei Fedorov English would set you back $20, and the French had a book value of 10 times. So you could pay $200, and now some guy's going to go into a store and go, I got a French Fedorov rookie, what's it worth? And they'll go, $4. If anybody will pay for that, and we're not going to. So a store might give you $1.50 for it. It's sad, and it's funny because Brett Hall's rookie card's now worth $40. Mario Lemieux's rookie card is now worth $150. It was worth $400, I think, the last time I looked. Patrick Roy's is $150. I remember it being $250. Paul Coffey is $50. I remember when he was $100 and he was going up, and I traded him off. I traded him off at a flea market. It was funny because this was years back. So I go to the flea market, and I brought my hockey cards, and I remember my ex at the time saying, okay, well, you know, you're going to sell off hockey cards. I'm like, yeah, promise I'm going to sell them. So we get there. Sure, I'm going to sell them. And there's another card collector at the flea market. So what do? We check out each other's collection. What do? We start trading. So instead of selling anything, I was trading. And I honestly came out ahead. I'm looking at book values, and I came out ahead because I traded him a Paul Coffey at a book value of $90 at the time. It's now worth $50. And I got back a whole bunch of insert cards that have to be worth more than $50 combined, because we were trading book value for book value at the time. Because if you're dealing with another collector, it's kind of fun to do it that way. But yeah, that was an interesting day, and it's funny seeing how all of these card values have dropped. But I'm telling you, there are people buying cards right now. Like last night, I bought a set of Upper Deck, like the O-Pee-Chee Upper Decks, because Upper Deck makes all the hockey cards now. The new set of O-Pee-Chee I got for like $50 on eBay, and yet a box is $89. Well, you only get 240 cards in a box. The set has 500 cards, the base set, and the inserts, that's another 100, and they wanted an extra $100 to get it with the inserts. So I looked up the rookies, and other than Casey Middlestad, I didn't see anything that I would say, oh, I'm really going to need to have that, or it's going to go way up in value. This is insane. This is insane seeing how much cards are worth now. And again, there's so many pages of each year now where you're searching for. I feel bad for guys collecting cards now. I don't know how the heck you find where it used to be so easy. And there's some sets that I swear they don't show an actual value for the entire set. It's almost like they're like, okay, these Upper Deck cards are worth nothing. But the 90-91 Upper Deck, it's worth $40 for an entire set. Other than people on eBay, you will not find anybody who's willing to give you $40 for an entire set. Now, here is a jersey. Now, I looked at this online. Yvonne and I looked at this online. And we agreed that while it was a seller we had never dealt with before, I thought, you know what, this looks legit, but I'm going to do the jersey opening on the channel. I wanted to do the jersey opening in the van, but she wouldn't let me. What are you laughing about over there? Because we don't know if this is going to be legit or not, but it was $30. So I'm like, okay, for $30, we'll see if it's legit. It looks alright. It doesn't have that coarse fabric.
Does it have felt? Because the felt
No.
gave the other penguin away.
No, this does not have felt on it. I think this is legit. I got this for $30.
Just look on the inside and you'd be able
But
to tell.
look, we've got a Reebok right here.
Nope, that's real.
Because there's a Reebok right here. It's the same fabric on this one as this. See?
You can tell it's real, Shannon. By looking at that. And look at the inside of your jersey. See how there's no crappy stitches?
Okay, so what we're looking at is
Fake
the
ones?
NHL here.
Fake ones, the patches are sewn on absolutely horrendously.
And the Adidas on the
And
back.
the inside of the jersey.
What inside of the jersey?
The back of the logo.
Oh, and it's got the wash sticker here.
Yep, look at the back side of the logo.
Well, it should be glued on.
Ta-da!
It's glued on. Well, that's fun. I have it.
There you go.
I've waited for this jersey for about 10 years, and I have it. Here you go. And it's got like a couple little threads
it
here,
looks like it
but
has
it's
some bad
not.
stitches there.
But that's
that
not
happens.
unusual with some of these.
I've had to
Reeboks.
restitch a few.
Yeah, well, I have that one Reebok. I think it's the Buffalo one I showed you the other day.
In the Jets, I had to restitch your Jets.
Yes.
And I had to restitch Clayton's Boston too. His was like that
Yeah.
as well.
See, and that's stitched on the NHL.
Yeah, but the fake ones, they use a longer stitch and they do it really crappy, so you can really see that stitch.
Grab this because I know this one's a Reebok as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. Oh wow, that is tons of fun.
You're tons of fun.
Take about 20% off there, Squirrely Dan.
Did I get a big what? 20%.
Okay. Go back. Aren't you sewing something? So what I'm looking at is I'm comparing the actual labels here on this. Because I can't believe I got this for $30, is what it is. This is me going, I've wanted this jersey for a decade. I can't believe I got it for $30.
But we super looked at the pictures.
It's a large.
We screwed up the ties.
But I don't care if I screwed up the ties. It's legit. See, and
I know
what else got me was I looked at the
told
pictures
you, I was
close up,
sure it was.
and I knew that these ties were the right fabric.
Yes.
What you'll find is they'll look like shoelaces on the fakes because they're shoelaces that they've put in it.
Yeah, they're really thin usually.
And this is white, and on the fakes often they're metallic. They're silver.
Yes.
So that is fun. I am so excited that I have this jersey. I've had the hat for years. Now I got to clean the hat.
I was gonna say, isn't that one kind of
Gungy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to get clean now. Because I haven't worn it in ages because I
Give it
didn't
to
have
me.
this.
If you give it to me.
The hell are you? We are talking about hats, right?
Yes.
Can you go sit in your corner? Dear Lord.
You're fine.
So there you go. I acquired it, finally. I now have the Pittsburgh Penguins, and it cost me with shipping about $50, and it's worth every penny. But yeah, that's legit. Yeah, that's legit. I'm surprised it's legit. I kind of expected to open this and go, well, this is why you don't go with sellers you don't know. But the seller had, I think, 500 or 800 ratings, and they were all positive. And if anybody says, well, what's the name of the seller? She didn't have another hockey jersey on there. I think it's one of those sellers that has probably got a second-hand store and hawks their wares there. And this is one of the wares she was hawking, and I grabbed it as quickly as possible. So don't be surprised when I do another jersey countdown, and this is prominently featured in said jersey countdown, because I have wanted this for a very, very long time. And yeah, this means I have a ridiculous number of Penguins jerseys, considering I don't cheer for the Penguins. Wow, that is really fun. That makes me very happy. I'm very glad I have this jersey. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow morning. We'll do previews, and I'm sure there'll be other injury news to bring up tomorrow as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. And for anybody who's wondering about tomorrow's meetup, it is pouring rain out there tonight. It is supposed to be rainy tomorrow. If it's raining when we're supposed to have the meetup, we'll still meet. We'll sit and talk, and if we can't play street hockey, that's fine too. We'll figure something out, and we can use that going forward to figure something out where we can play indoors, because we're at that time of the year in the Lower Mainland where the idea of playing outdoors just isn't reasonable for the most part. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. I'll talk to you guys again soon.